Hi class. So today I want to show you how to assemble your canvas panels. What you're going to need is a 5 by 5 inch piece of foam core. Any type of thickness is fine. And you're also going to need a 5 by 5 inch square piece of chipboard. You can get this off of like cereal box or any kind of like dry food packaging container. What I'm going to do next is glue these two together. The reason we're assembling our canvas this way is so it gives us a strong rigid surface to paint on. When you're painting or working on a project with students, you can settle for just chipboard depending on what you have accessible. But what mounting the chipboard to the foam core does, it gives you a rigid surface which provides a nice presentation. And if you try to paint directly on the chipboard, the surface of it has thin paper laminate, so that actually would buckle if you use any type of like water media. So this kind of solves our problem. What I want to start off with first is I want to take my glue stick. You can use Elmer's glue or any type of like water soluble glue stick that you'll have in the classroom. And I'm going to go ahead and coat the face of my foam core, and I want to be generous with the glue, making sure I apply it all the way to each edge and the center. After I do that, I'm going to switch over to my chipboard and I'm going to repeat the process all the way around, applying glue to both the chipboard and the foam core is going to give you a strong bond. And because it's glue stick, it gives you a bit of time to kind of position it and it doesn't bond immediately. So now that I have both sides glued up, I'm going to go ahead and sandwich them together. And because it's glue stick and it's water soluble, it gives me a little bit of time to play and move it into its place. What I want to do is make sure all the edges are having nice strong contact with one another. It's okay if I get glue coming out the edges. I'll clean that up with my fingers, and this is just to make sure that it doesn't delaminate or split apart from each other later on. And there you go. Now you have your assembled canvas. And here's a little bit of side profile of what that looks like. The next step that you're going to do is primer or gesso the surface of the chipboard once this dries. I have a dry one here off to the side. I'll show you. So I got my assembled version here, and what you're going to do is apply some gesso onto the surface of your canvas so it looks something like this. And what I recommend is applying 1 to 2 coats of gesso. This provides the tooth or the grab that your paint is going to need to attach to the surface of your canvas panel. And I'll show you that you do not need a lot. And what I'm doing is applying the second coat to this canvas panel, and this is going to ensure that the whatever paint I use, and we're using acrylic paint for this project, sticks onto the surface and doesn't chip off. And this will usually take about 5 to 10 minutes depending on how dry it is in your classroom, or you could always take it out in the sun if you want to speed up the process. So this is how you're going to assemble your canvas panel for your project. Thanks for watching.